Justice Breyer. Why is he retiring? I mean, besides the fact he's 9,000 years old. Let's pause there for a moment. An innocent dove such as yourself may say, well, yes, he's retiring. He's 1,000 years old. He wants to go play golf in Florida somewhere, eat some tapioca pudding, call it a day. Stop. These people are all communists, and Breyer is most definitely one too. The communist never looks around and says, my work here is done, right? Then just because they're crazy when they're 20 doesn't mean they stop being crazy in their 80s. Remember, this is a religious movement. Justice Breyer is retiring for one reason and one reason only. Democrats don't think they're going to have the Senate. A bunch of people have pointed this out. My buddy Kurt Schlichter pointed it out, so I don't want to take all the credit for that thought. A bunch of people had that thought before I had that thought, but as soon as I saw it, I thought, wait a minute, what's up with the timing? Why now? I mean, why now? Democrats don't think they're going to have the United States Senate after 2022. They have meetings. I know it's all supposed to be separate, right? They're separate branches, definitely separate branches. They definitely don't communicate at all. But they're very, very separate branches. They communicate. And they sat down and they figured this thing out. Hey, Breyer wants to retire. He's getting old. Maybe his health is bad. I don't know that. I'm not saying that. I'm not wishing that on the guy, but maybe his health is bad. Whatever the reason, Breyer wants to retire. They all sit down, put their heads together and say, I mean, if he's going to retire, he kind of needs to do it like right now. And I mean right now, while we still have a very thin majority in the United States Senate, because they ain't going to have any kind of a majority after 2022. So put a smile on your face. Put a smile on your face. This is a good sign of what Democrats obviously see coming. That's good. It's a good day. Now, what's coming? What's going to replace him? That's what's so funny about this, is I feel like we're behind the 8 ball. When I say we, I mean the right. I still see so many people on the right say things about the Supreme Court justices, and these are what they say. Maybe you're one of these people. They'll say things like, I just want someone who interprets the law. I just want someone who will follow the Constitution. You hear that stuff all the time. Maybe you said it. Why? That's not what they do. I don't want someone who follows the Constitution, just interprets the law. I want a fire-breathing anti-communist who views it as their mission in life to rip to shreds everything the communist cares about. That's what I want. And you may be sitting there right now saying, Jesse, that's wrong. Jesse, I disagree. Jesse, you're crazy. Fine. That's fine. But you had better understand. You don't have to agree with me, but you would better understand that's how they do it. That's what they do. When they look at filling a spot on the Supreme Court, the Constitution or following the law, or none of those things even cross the mind of a Democrat. They sit down and they say to themselves, okay, well, he's not gonna tear apart their agenda enough. Is he gonna push hard enough for my agenda? No. What about her? I mean, she's a real nutball communist. She might be good for us. That's how they look at it. The Constitution never even crosses their mind. They're in it to win it. Are you? But on that note, I do think it's funny. Joe Biden and the endless Democrat pandering. Joe Biden can't ever bring himself to actually just go for the most qualified person, even if you're a communist and you want the most qualified communist who will tear apart everything you love and everything I love. They can't do it. They're so hooked on this identity politics things. Hint, hint, the next justice is going to be a black chick.
I committed that if I'm elected president, have an opportunity to appoint someone to the courts, I'll appoint the first black woman to the courts. It's required that they have representation now. It's long overdue.
Boy, we're in great hands, aren't we? Hey, there's only 9 of these in the country, the high court of the land. Joe, what's going to be your rigid qualification? Well, I hope she's black and a woman. God, what a clown party. Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.